Discord and that.
Hey everyone, this is Xenogunner, and I am Carmen Dragoness, and I'm playing alongside Treylina. And once I get the ready from Treylina, I'm gonna quickly hop over into setup, make sure all my settings are good here, which they are. So I'm just gonna head over into Arcade and get ready on the episode 1 click.
Okay. Right, now we're good. Yeah, I might be a bit rusty, so forgive me.
Let me know when you're on the episode 1 button here, and then we'll hop in and start talking more about the game.
Alright. Okay, right, I'm on episode 1 now.
Okay.
You're good.
Alright, I'm gonna count us in if you're ready.
Okay, right. Let's go.
3, 2, 1, go.
Pew pew.
So, this is Xenogunner. It's very much a game reminiscent of some old treasure games, quite heavily like Alien Soldier. In fact, well, very much like Alien Soldier. And it is a love letter to that, basically. It's mostly a boss rush type game, and you have a few weapons that you can swap between really quickly. For the most part, we're just going to be using this homing crescent weapon and swapping between that and the purple explodey orbs that do a lot of damage. And by switching between these two weapons very quickly, we can damage bosses very fast compared to just using one or the other. We have an invincible dash that we can use, but it does slow us down a little bit in terms of doing damage, so typically our priority is going to be just dodging around... Oh, come on. There we go. Typically our priority is going to just be dodging without the dash, and then taking a hit and then dashing if needed, but also we have to manage our HP while we're doing this run. One thing that is going to be a slight difference between our runs is that I am running HP rollover and Treylina is not. There's kind of some advantages and disadvantages to it. HP rollover basically makes it so that between stages your HP carries over. There's a little bit of a reset if you have it off, so depending on your preferences, one can be easier than the other.
Yeah, this boss has a bit of RNG, depending where the Xenogunner will spawn. So you just gotta keep that in mind. Adapt to the situation.
Funny
this one isn't random though.
Sometimes you just fight a hand holding a gun.
I hate when that happens. One day your boss gets angry and he turns into a hand with a gun.
One thing that's actually kind of a little bit of a difference between Treylina and myself is I tend to actually like do my dash a lot more, so that costs me shooting time, but it saves me HP. So we'll see if that pays off for me. That's episode 1 done for me.
I think it is better to dash more often for a certain boss. We'll get to it at some point.
Starting into episode 2 here, we've got a little bit of a highway chase thing going on, with some beautiful wanted posters in the background. There's one in particular that I'm looking forward to getting to.
Someone get this kid! Wait, is he a kid?
Oops. I love the "Someone Get This Kid" poster.
do this little skip here.
Ready.
Now we're heading into the game show.
Yeah, if you click it, you can just skip the boss, but you can only do it with Zeta. You have to do the quiz with Delta, the alternate character.
Yeah.
And for some reason, right, the button to do the text faster is different.
Yeah. For
I find that
Zeta,
very weird.
it's space, and then Delta, it's W. But yeah, Sleaze is mostly just a survival fight here, where we just need to wait until he does his thing a bunch of times, and then he just becomes vulnerable and dies to one hit. And then coming up, we have a little bit of a section where we can select the bosses that we want to fight. We have a bit of an order that we like to do them in. Particularly, I like to start Astrid because it's really easy to lose a bunch of HP on her. And with HP rollover in particular, I like to come in here with a... Well then, I'd like to come in here with a bunch of HP, but I accidentally fell in a pit. So there goes a good 150 HP, but I still have 150 going in. Good thing deaths, for the most part, don't cost too much time if you have them at the right spot. Oh goodness.
Ready.
So these little crystal shots are pretty good for taking out lots of small enemies. So it's not completely useless.
Yeah. Each of the weapons actually does have its own use throughout the run. Ooh, close. Almost got hit by a projectile right on the phase change. There we go. So next I'm going to head into Repulsor with the HP that I have, because there's a bit of a death warp that we like to do here that specifically happens on the boss and saves us a bit of hassle. Oopsie. Well, I might just take a normal death here instead. At this point, I might as well have just tried fighting the... Oh my gosh, you know what?
Ah!
So this is why we take the death warp, because if you don't, these jerks swarm you heavily. But I guess I'm just not taking the death warp at all.
I forgot how to do the death skip.
Oh no!
Okay, I'm just gonna do it with all these annoying enemies around me.
Yeah, that's kind of what I wound up having to do. I just could not, like, get back around the ledge. That was a little awkward. Typically what you want to do is die underneath the boss so that you respawn at the boss with all the enemies gone and full HP. But I'm moving on to the next stage. This stage is a nice little chance to rebuild health after,
Oops, I
shenanigans.
died.
Oh no! Okay.
Yeah, I was kind of expecting this would happen. I really need to practice that.
Yeah, it's one of those things where...
The rust is real!
Oh no.
Ready.
Scorched Seer is up next here. Nothing too fancy about this fight, there's just a wind current that constantly blows you back. And a big snake friend.
I like how we did the bosses in a completely different order.
Yeah, this is the part that, like, might diverge in terms of, what we do.
Oh, it definitely did diverge.
And then I'm heading into, oh crap, I always forget the other two's names. The only ones I remember are Astrid and Repulsor. But, this
Weird
fight...
names, that's why.
Yeah. This fight has a really strong magnet. If you hold against it, then you stand still. The only way to, like, make any progress against moving against the magnet is to actually dash, and then you can move towards the magnet by just letting go. There we go. Coming up here we have a bit of a shmup section, which is pretty self-explanatory. You can move and aim just like usual, but it's a shmup now. And the boss name here, once we do get there, is a pretty good boss name, I argue.
When you can't think of any names, just call it a giant stupid face.
Yeah. I know, often...
UFOs look like yo-yos, so I call them UF yo-yos.
Yeah, they really do.
Also, this music's pretty jamming.
Yeah. Colonel Sandwich did the music for this, and, hot damn. Just, like, all-around, non-stop bangers. But yeah, I know sometimes when I'm speedrunning this, I have, like, a split-named giant stupid face. And
oh yeah, also, take the P things to increase your fire rate.
Yeah. For this fight, it's mostly a matter of just dodging so that your shooting doesn't get interrupted and not letting your aim get off. Which doesn't sound too hard, but sometimes you have to fall back a fair bit to not get hit by things. And it can be a little bit tricky to just keep track of where you are and where you're aiming. There we go. Giant stupid face took me a little bit, but it's done.
I'm not that far behind.
Yeah, I had a bit of troubles with Repulsor.
Same.
So I think we kind of evened out on that. Our troubles evened, well, were proportional to the distance that we were apart from each other.
I got a bit iffy on Algid though. That probably got me behind.
Trying as hard as I can to not dash through everything here on Security Overdrive.
I barely dashed to begin with, so it's fine for me.
Alright. Finally done with Security Overdrive. That took me a little longer.
And I'm done with it just now.
Ooh, we're
not
neck
far
and neck
behind.
then. Yeah.
The competition's tight.
Okay, good. I didn't mess up Chance Legion. You just have to line up the 7s on that fight. But if you get it wrong, you have to try again. And it's just kind of an embarrassing time loss. Anyway, here's the survival gauntlet.
It's very long.
Yeah, definitely the longest part of this run, and we can't really do much until Sleaze becomes invulnerable, or sorry, when Sleaze becomes vulnerable after about 3 cycles of these attacks that slowly get more difficult to dodge over time.
Maybe you could dance to the beat of the music or something.
I kind of do that a little bit when there's downtime between attacks. Alright, so there's the first of the 3 phases. Well, we still have to wait for the other robots to do their thing, but... Alright, now we're on phase 2.
Oh yeah, also the little boomerangs, they can bring hearts to you. That's quite handy.
Yeah. As long as you are below 200 HP with this character, if you have HP drops turned on, then enemies will give you little hearts that you can pick up for health.
Oh, there's also a Repulsor in the background if you look carefully. He's just
Repulsor is a
chilling.
fantastic cameraman. Repulsor's a good kid. I think, anyway. Unless you set Repulsor to level 20. There's a little bit of a bonus mode. Whoop. Okay, whoops. Flumming a little bit on red shield time here.
Oh yeah, also the Robotnik inspiration is very blatant. It's very shameless.
I'd like to say it's loving. Sometimes you just have a buff Robotnik.
I'm playing with fire here. I like dashing left and right, it's funny.
Do a little tap dance while we wait for Sleaze to drop down for the final hit here. There we go. Okay, so that's the gauntlet down, well, as soon as the cat meows. Well, hisses.
I'm like 3 seconds behind.
Ooh, this is gonna be close on episode 3 then. The swing
Yeah,
could
I bet
go...
Xeno Capsule's gonna be the decider of this. The god of RNG.
Episode 3 has a ton of references to other boss fights. And we'll only be doing half the bosses because there's a select which boss you want to fight. So if you ever play this casually, which by the way I highly recommend, it's kind of fun to go and check out the other bosses.
Oh nice, no hit on hot cold gun.
Nice, me too.
And no dashing either.
I probably actually lost a bit of time on that, so I think we're just about even. I'm right now on Swordball Death Machine.
Me too. Oh my god. We're totally neck and neck now. What a cute boss.
It's a little friend. A spiky friend with a smiley face. That's a smiley face, right? It's moving too fast. Just finished Swordball. I think you might have pulled ahead probably by now.
Me just now as well. Oh my god. And no sweat as well.
Powdered Sugar Beast.
Okay, this one I'm gonna take damage on purpose. Just to save a few frames. It doesn't look as cool, but it saves frames.
Yeah. I have a hard time not dashing through the laser. I know it's slower, but... done with the Sugar Beast.
And me too.
Coming up here we have Phantom Theater.
Ready.
Which is a little bit of a bullet hell boss with very low HP. So it dies very quickly.
It's not even worth trying to dodge them.
Done. And one more boss hat. Wait, yeah, Xeno Capsule's coming up after this.
Oh boy, the god of RNG is gonna decide on us.
Yeah.
What is
And
your
the final
fate?
boss. So
Oh, great
Xeno
RNG.
Capsule teleports around a lot. Recognize this jerk? Ooh. There were some patches to make this more consistent, and it's not too bad of a fight for consistency's sake, but also sometimes things just go a little sideways and this boss can take a moment.
At least it has low HP.
There we go. Done with Xeno.
If you get good RNG, it can be faster to do this delta than doing the bottom boss. But I prefer consistency, so yeah.
I am now on Ultimate Family Reunion. This is the final boss. And consistency on this boss is probably what's going to make or break this race. Oop. It helps to target the right character. On some attacks, one character is invulnerable. This is a 4-phase boss with checkpoints at each 25% of the entire health bar, so we may be taking a death warp depending on our HP here. I'm on phase 3 now. Might not have much to say here, but it's just a... Ooh, yeah, I'm definitely gonna take the death warp when I get to phase 4. I wasn't thinking about it before, but... Oh, dang it, I actually had 4 hits that I could have taken, but I'm still gonna take the death warp just so I can make sure that I can get through safely on the last phase here. Time will be when HP hits 0 for each of us.
Yeah, I took the death as well. I was already trying to conserve my HP.
I didn't realize until after the fact, but I could have actually taken 4 hits, so I probably shouldn't have taken the death. Oh, come on. Time.
And time.
That was really close.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was Xenogunner by Happy Frog Games, who I believe... Yes, okay. I wasn't paying too close attention to the chat, but yeah, Happy Frog Games in the chat made this. Fantastic game. Highly recommend looking it up and grabbing it if you like run and gun boss rushes.
Yeah, and also if you have the Black Lives Matter or Ukraine bundle, you should have this game.
Yeah, check your...
yeah, the giant itch.io bundle.
Yeah.
Which has way too many games.
I'm still working my way through looking at what's in those.
There's also a lot of side content in this game worth checking out.
Yeah. And with that being said, I'm gonna skip out of the credits so that we don't spoil anything. Teehee.
So,
anyway.
There's a secret boss, there's a side episode, there's the boss gauntlet thingy, and yeah. And also the alternate character who can wipe through bosses really quickly.
Yeah, the run for that one's even shorter. And with...
So aside from Repulsor, it went pretty decently.
Decently, at least, yeah. I think that's all for us.